I wanted to vote on number 5.
And do you mind elaborating a little bit on what your thoughts are on that particular ballot item is?
The instant runoff voting, I never understood it, I still don't, and I voted yes to repeal it, because I want to go back to the old way.
Elections, but I'm particularly interested in item number 5, repealing instant runoff voting.
Right. Do you care to share any of your thoughts about that particular ballot item?
Well, I think that system's not done a good job for Burlington. I think it's very confusing for voters, very false majority. Let's face it, the mayor got elected 29% of the votes. You can't call that a majority. So I think we go back to the system that's been used for so many years in Burlington for the election of the mayor, which is still being used for the rest of the candidates.
Well, I voted yes, which means to rescind the arrangement. And my main reasoning for that was that most of the population just don't understand it. And there's enough negative response about voting and politics right now, and so to have one more thing that people can't understand and are going to get angry about is not a good thing.
Oh, instant runoff voting mainly, and city council.
Do you care to elaborate at all on your city council thoughts and your IRB thoughts?
I voted against IRB. I'm not happy with it. Don't think it's fair.
The item on the keep voting simple was of particular interest to me. I think that we need to it should never have been implemented to begin with, and we need to go back to basics.
Instant runoff voting.
Do you have any concerns, or do you want to share any thoughts that you have about these things?
Basically, I just think the city's kind of going in the wrong direction at this point. I think eliminating the IRV voting system actually is going to help assist with that. I think it's a misdiagnosis for most people to assume that 40% voting actually gets you mayor when this last one actually got 29% of the voting. So, however it works out, I hope that the city starts going on the right track at this point.
Of course, question 5 is of interest. That's a pretty important proposal to repeal instant runoff voting. I voted in favor because I think the old system worked fine.
Basically, it was the instant voting runoff, yes.
So that particular ballot item is of interest to you. Do you care to share any thoughts about that? Not necessarily what you voted, but your thoughts on IRB.
I just didn't like the way things worked out the last time around, and I want to get back to square one, keep it simple.
Right on. Were there any other ballot items that were of interest to you?
Not especially.
It's my obligation as a citizen of the city. It's the only way to make decisions happen that you'd like.
Were there any particular ballot items that were of interest to you today?
IRB, as long, with probably most of the population of the city of Burlington, it's a big issue this year and something that needs to be addressed.